leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, he's chasing the beer, the trick of the lips, play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball.
And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Laughter Saves Lives. Live! Here on Strong Island Television at Paradise Studios in beautiful
Downtown.
Downtown? Let's say downtown for now. Sounds better. Downtown Massapequa. Massapequa.
Downtown Massapequa.
Let's call it M. Downtown M. We're back after a Thanksgiving hiatus.
Yeah.
Right? We had a nice. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving? You know, keep it tight. Nice.
Delicious.
Yeah, delicious. Did you cook?
I did not. My niece cooked.
Oh,
it's one of these big buffets.
Nice.
Huge everything.
We made 2 turkeys.
That's a lot of people.
No.
What are they?
Because I went into the store and I said,
they had K-puns.
No. I went into the Stop and Shop. There was supposed to be a turkey shortage. You heard it a few times.
Yeah.
So I wanted to Stop and Shop, and the turkeys will overflow with love. Right?
Nice.
So I went to the register and I said, can I get 2 turkeys? And she goes, oh, can only get one with every $25 purchase.
Yeah.
I spent thousands of dollars and you break up my order. I want 2 turkeys. And I walked over 2 turkeys. My wife goes, why do you have 2 turkeys? I go, I don't know. But it was the principle. But I figured, here's what happened.
They owe you.
No. Here's what I still had to pay for it. It wasn't like they'll give it to me free. Here's what happened. I said, we'll make 2 turkeys and they're going to be somebody who we can invite over who needs food. A fellow comic who I'm not going to name.
John Santo.
No.
Oh, was it John Santo?
No. Les Deegan. No, I'm not going to name.
He'd be there anyway.
No. Somebody that I think we both know, but maybe not too well. Not going to mention her name. I made it to her.
Nice.
So I brought some food out to her. They were having a rough time. They're going through a rough time. And it was a good feeling. We packed up a whole freaking thing with all the sides. So happy Thanksgiving. And
that's sweet.
Yeah. So I'm going. This is the part of the show I always say we talk about the things that nobody else is going to complain about because there's so many other things to complain about.
That's right.
Did you ever get put into a decision like you go somewhere and you have to make a decision and it's meaningless, but you almost agonize over it? Can I give you an example and you tell me? Okay, so I go to the bagel store.
Yeah.
What happens when you order 12 bagels like on a weekend? What do they say?
It's Baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen.
You're supposed to get 14.
Sometimes they give you 6. There's a place by me that gives you 6.
Oh.
So I go in there and I said, hey, get some bagels for the family. And she says, oh, you can get 6 free bagels or a quarter pound of cream cheese.
Ooh.
And I went,
I think I take it.
Oh, I was almost going to make a phone call. That's...
I'm very good at decision making.
What would you decide?
You must be, I think it's left-brained, where you can't make
I have
decisions.
a tough time making this. So most times I make the wrong decision. Like, I couldn't decide who I want to co-host tonight.
Right. But then I made the decision for you. But let's go back.
Go back?
I would go immediately right there. There's a line of people behind you.
Line of
make
people.
that decision.
Line of people.
I would say, give me the cream cheese because the cream cheese, I was going to say the cream cheese is more expensive, but now it's like $2 a bagel, right?
I figured how many bagels can we eat? We're
Right.
going to eat too many bagels.
You put them in plastic bags, you waste plastic bags, and they get
fat.
hard.
You get fat if you eat a lot of bagels, don't you? It's not good for your sugar. We
Yeah.
both are trying to keep our sugar.
Yeah.
So I went with the cream cheese, and good decision. It was a good decision.
Good decision. Everybody enjoyed the cream
Everybody
cheese.
enjoyed.
Yes. A schmear.
We always talk about that chicken palm next door. Are you an eggplant palm guy?
Chicken palm all the way.
All the way, me too.
See, that would
no,
be
if I
my
had choice.
decision. If I had a choice.
Wait,
Chicken palm.
I told you about the hero I had in Boston. Chicken palm, eggplant palm. Never had that combo before. Delicious.
Was it on top of each other?
Delicious, yes.
Can I, did you ever come over at a wedding?
These are important issues.
It is. And they come over and they go, would you like the Chateaubriand, the cod, or the chicken thing? Right away, steak for me, wherever.
Really?
Yeah.
When do you ever have prime rib other than at a wedding? Have you ever had prime rib?
Well, prime rib is more like the Knights of Columbus wedding. You don't see it on. Did you have a Knights Club?
I don't know. I don't get
I
invited
once
to
did
the
a
fans.
show one night, and I was making fun
It
of.
was a Lions Club, by the way.
Oh, it was a Lions Club. Well, so I was doing a show.
I miss you.
And I made fun of a couple.
Right.
And I go, well, at least you're not having a wedding at the Knights of Columbus. And they go, actually, we
are. Oh.
But it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. There he is.
You know, and another thing, an important issue that came up to me. Now, the night before Thanksgiving, we ordered Italian food. My wife, what do you want? I was going to go with the chicken parm. Chicken parm, let me go chicken parm. But now here's what a good eggplant needs to taste like. You don't taste the eggplant. It tastes nothing like
You have to
eggplant.
just taste the mush.
The sauce, the
Yeah.
cheese. So I ordered this the night before Thanksgiving.
Why don't you just get sauce and cheese? You don't even.
We gotta fill. You gotta fill.
You don't want to taste
No,
the
you gotta
eggplant.
fill. You
Get
gotta
rid of
fill.
the eggplant.
It's gotta melt in your mouth first.
Yeah.
So I ordered the eggplant from this place.
Skin on or skin off the eggplant?
Skin's got to be on. This is one of the problems.
Yeah.
Here's how they made it. Here's how
Yeah.
it was the worst eggplant. Carlos in Middle Village, excellent eggplant.
Yeah.
You're in Middle Village, go to Carlos. That's my old brothers. I coached them in basketball. They do a great job. Melts in your mouth. So I ordered the eggplant. What they did was, I think they cut up the eggplant in little pieces, left the skin on, sauteed it
No
on
good.
top, put it in the pan, and smothered it with mutts. It was horrible.
No, you have to eat eggplant.
So I was dying. And last night, the Dolly and I made eggplant. I hope Paul doesn't find out. Made the eggplant to Dolly and I.
Yeah.
It was a little
I have no
Mary
clue who
joke.
Dolly
Did
and
you
I
see the little
is.
Mary
I
joke?
heard it, yeah.
I needed your support on that one to pull that joke
Who's
out. And
Dolly?
You looked at me.
I'm like trying to figure out who's Dolly.
Anyway, we killed it. No, I mean killed
Really?
it good.
Right?
Delicious. I
Francesco
should've brought you a
Rinaldi.
piece. Oh, where's the Chinese
What kind of
food?
sauce?
Where's
Do you
the-
make your own sauce?
My wife makes her own sauce.
Do you know what's really great now? Do you ever hear Victoria's?
bottled sauce?
Yeah.
She
It is out of this world. Oh my God.
What I do, Richie, is I buy some bottled sauce sometimes to keep in the pantry just in case our sauce is, and I'm making something quick. She gives it to the church when she finds it.
No,
She gives it to
try
the
the Victoria's
She
sauce.
will not let me.
What if you make it and don't tell her?
Make what?
You make her chicken parm one night and don't tell her.
Oh,
you're
no,
making
she'll
it.
know immediately.
We
She'll
go
know.
crazy in my house. 2 big bottles,
It's
Costco.
expensive. It's
Yeah,
expensive.
it's about $11, I think.
You know how cheap I am.
Yeah.
Good, no, cheap. I got a financial advisor now.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm retired, right?
Yeah.
And here's why. I own some Ford. Like he buys stocks for me. A lot of my money is in stable, my retirement money, my millions,
So
right?
you went into Ford.
So he bought some Ford stock. This is why I wanted an advisor. I picked up the phone. Ford is selling like $30 a share. I picked up the phone the other day and I said, Dennis, Ford, sell 2 shares. And I hung up the phone.
You're a
Is
nut.
that awesome? Is that awesome?
Yeah.
Dennis, I need that $60
You're
for groceries.
adventurous. You're
Oh,
adventurous.
I hung up that phone, man.
And what did he do with the money?
He
what
put
do
it in my account. He puts it in another account. Now I can
Yeah.
use that to buy groceries.
So
Sell.
why don't you invest in Peapod? You know, like I mean,
Oh,
I have a good eye, I think, for stocks, and I don't do it. Like I was once talking to this guy, Wall Street guy, is retired, and he says, "What would you pick?" And I'm like, I'm walking in the mall,
yeah.
and I see, Victoria's Secret, but next to
Never heard of it.
you sit in the bench in front. You even know
What's
the bench in front of it
What's the name of the store next to it?
is pink,
Oh,
which is teenager
right.
like lingerie.
Yes.
And I said when that first opened, I go, this is going to do fantastic.
You bought
because-
stock.
No. And he called me up a year later. He goes, that's a good eye, man. Yeah, I go, because teenagers now want to dress like sexy, which is weird, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But he called me up a year later. He goes, they just split, man. That would have been, if you bought, when
Oh,
I
it was on the
told
market.
you.
Because some things are on the
No,
market.
that is.
But let me just say this. Tonight's show is brought to us by Barish and McGeary.
Yes.
The
You know that's why I came on.
9/11
You know that's why I came on. That's very
Barish
good.
and McGeary. There's a lawyers for the 9/11 community. Michael
Fantastic.
Barish, a good friend of Laughter Saves Lives.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, May 5th, I'm going to mention this right now because I'm getting excited about this already. This is going to be a big deal for us.
Yeah.
May 5th, there's the flyer. So far, we have Scott on the show.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Scott Sanford.
Yeah.
Sanford, right, Butch?
Stanford.
Stanford is on the show. We're trying to get some big time comics because we're
Yeah.
recording that night for the pilot, the Laughter Saves
Say no
Lives
more. I'll
He-
check my book.
Heroes Tour. We need somebody
No
to
more
bartend.
kidding. Yeah.
Rich, can
I
you
don't know how to
bartend?
bartend. I can't even make a beer.
It's going to be a big night for us for Laughter Saves Lives because we're recording that night for the pilot. We're going to be pitching a show on the Hero Store. We got Jim Andritos producing and directing, and we're looking for a big time comic. We have
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We'll announce when we get it.
I don't know.
In the meantime, our guest is in the waiting room, so let's bring him on. I'm going to go away. Boom. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's right. We're only going to 10 after, right? All right. So I want to just practice his name once because I don't want to screw it up. Oba Babatunde. Oba Babatunde. There he is. Oh!
That was perfect.
Was it, sir? Thank you so much.
It
Because
was absolutely perfect.
2 days I've been practicing. Oba, I don't want to screw it up, man. I screw up John sometimes. So before we get started, I just want to say it's a pleasure having you on. I've enjoyed your work, love SWAT, and a few other things I've seen you in. But we have a few things in common.
Yes.
Did you look me up and do some research on me?
Queens.
We both grew up in Queens.
Right.
We both went to city schools.
Yes.
In the 50s, we were both in the same time period. And I horsed around after school, and you ride horses.
Look at this. I bought this today just for you.
Look at this. Oh, nice. Nice. It's really, really a pleasure having you on. Let me give you a better
Does he
intro.
ride? Do you ride in the city? I always see guys on horses in the city.
No, he doesn't ride. I want to get into that, but I just wanted to finish his intro a little bit here.
Yeah.
Oba Babatunde, born in the 50s, Queens. I said that. Actor, singer, dancer, director, writer, producer. Oba has appeared in more than 17 stage productions, several on Broadway, 33 films, 60 television series, 60 plus, and made for television movies and video games. Is this a big thing now for actors?
Star Wars.
Yes,
Video.
yes. It's a
Wow.
great story. First of all, let me just say I'm so thrilled to be on the show with you guys. You guys
Oh,
are wonderful.
thank you.
I got a chance to do a lot of interviews, but you know what? I was watching the show before I came on, and the thing I get, man, is I feel like I'm home. When you guys are talking about, what happened with the eggplant, and you're talking about, the sauce and everything, man, I started getting hungry, and I said, listen, man, I want to go to dinner with these guys, man. I want them to cook for me. I want to cook for them. I'm just thrilled, man. We'll talk about everything that you want to talk about, but I wanted to tell you, man, how much I appreciate, I respect, and I admire all of, the two of you cats, man, the laughter and the love. That's what I have to identify that you both are. One brings us to laughter and the other brings us to love, and it goes back and forth between the two of you. So thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We need more. We need more of that love. Definitely need more love and more laughter these days. I agree. Let's talk about a few of the projects you're working on now. SWAT. What is it like to be on that program? You seem to enjoy it. We watch it every week, my wife and I, and you do great work on that show.
And they're in production now, or
Yes.
It's on next week. I know that.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, my episode, one of the episodes, it'll be on Friday, so you can check it out. But I play the lead character Hondo. I play his dad on the show, and Shamar Moore, and it's a wonderful, wonderful show to be a part of because they really, really look to actually dig up what's underneath these heroes. You know what I mean? And my character is very interesting because here it is. My son is he's the head of the SWAT squad,
right.
But I came up at the time. I was a member of the Panthers. So there's always this interesting intertwining and interweaving situation of me being with a history of how people were dealt with by police, and at the same time, him dealing with what's going on right now. Has life changed that much? And it certainly has in many different ways. Some great ways, some not so great. You know what I mean? So we actually on the show don't just deal with the aspect of what one's job is, but I have a saying that your do is not necessarily your who. Your do is what affects change in your life, but your who is how you affect change in someone else's life.
Love it.
And we deal with that on the show. The writers are great, and I love working with Shamar. I love working with everybody in the cast. And so it's really powerful. And it's a good time because you know that you're telling a story about people's lives. The people that are the perps, the people that are looking, being caught up in the thing, good cop, bad cop, good guy, bad guy, civilian, not civilian, what you have to go through and what happens. See, I only portray in all those things that you talk about, I only portray fully realized human beings. That's the only thing I've ever been interested in doing. And the career is a 49.5-year career.
Wow.
And that doesn't include the no paying, low paying. That's earning a living at it. But
That's
I
what
also
I've been doing my whole life.
That's where we're at.
We're
now.
always no paying, low paying. Whatever we do.
but the deal is, man,
as a matter of fact, Laughter Saves Lives takes pride in that.
Yes.
But the deal is that I say self-praise is no praise. So I don't say that to big myself up. But I do know there's a difference between good and great. And it's always in the details. And it's to the commitment that one has to whatever the profession is. Whatever that profession is or what one's life is. The degree in which I believe that you commit yourself to it. And, but it's interesting because a lot of people don't understand what happens when you take off the uniform. If you're a guy that's in uniform, what happens when you go home? Okay.
They don't realize, you know what? I don't think they realize that these guys take off the uniform at times.
Are human.
That they have a life, that they're human,
Yes. And that's important. And so we get a chance to show that. That's what my character brings to the show is we get an opportunity to see a father and a son whose relationship hasn't always been the best relationship.
Right.
And sometimes he's parental and other times I'm parental where I'll remind him, hey, I'm the daddy here. You know what I mean? And other times he'll say, yeah, but dad, let me tell you something, Pops. You got to look at this a different way. And so we bring all of that out to it and we bring the heart.
It's a lot of learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you got to, like you said, give big tribute to the writers. And I'm so glad that that's the way television is going. I mean, this show is totally different show than the 70s SWAT. Now it's a real life, situations, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Let me ask you.
It's
we
interesting.
Go back to Queens for a second.
Yeah.
You grew up in Jamaica.
Yes.
Have you ever been in Middle Village?
Yes, of course.
What back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but you know how it is when you grow up in the city, you end up being you find your way to this place and that place. I think I actually had a girlfriend in Middle Village.
All right. Do you remember any of the stores in Middle Village?
Give me a hint, and I'll tell you if I remember.
On 78th Street and Metropolitan Avenue. You know Metropolitan Avenue?
Yes, of course. Know it well.
That was my family's luncheonette. My grandpa.
Whoa! Are you serious?
Yeah. And that was my first experience to comedy because they used to entertain the people who came in. I think the food really sucked, so they decided I better make them laugh. And the sanitation trucks would line up. My grandmother, old Italian grandmother, would sit there on the bench and greet people. It was a really wonderful experience as a child. But growing up in Queens, you're a horse guy now. I mean, you're riding some serious events. Oh, yeah. How did you get into horses?
Well, you know what? That's a great question. Deserves a great answer. My dad was a horseman. Now, see, this is what a lot of people don't understand and identify, is that there were black cowboys in Harlem.
Yeah.
But you see, we only tend to know what we know about based on what we see through the media.
Right.
That's always been the case. You talk about your family's restaurant, right? Now, you're telling that story, man, and I know how that is because I would go to eateries like that, right? You grow up, you know what I mean? You get off school and you stop at the pizza shop, right? And you order the pizza right through the window. Remember that?
Yes.
Right? And they hand it to you right out of the window there. You don't go, there was no place to sit down. You go in there and everybody, you know what I mean? But you also knew the people. Going to the barber shop, right, was a whole event. But people knew each other. So my dad was a horseman. And he started because he was raised in upstate New York.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was raised in upstate New York. And he and my mom, they used to ride horses every weekend.
Wow.
And they would take their friends. And so I was around it. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
then when I came out to California because I wanted to expand the career, but I wanted something to do that had nothing to do with the entertainment industry. And horses called me back to them. I identified that I had not only a special gift and talent with them, because I'm a horse whisperer. I train horses through horse whispering techniques, which is all natural, everything, all of my equipment and everything I do. And I have I've been doing it the last 27 years, you know, and that's my passion. See, my career, which I love, 49 and a half years, is something that I enjoy doing and I love. It's right. And it's my profession. But horses are my passion. Go ahead.
Question: have you ever been in a Western?
Yeah, I did the Cherokee Kid. I did the Cherokee Kid with Sinbad. But, you know, and I mean, I played a bad guy, you know, and I've done a couple of things. You know, I was on Briscoe County Jr., you know, that was a Western that was made for television. But I've never done a full-on Western, although I've been getting now some people saying, hey, man, you know what? I got this Western. So they're coming back. Look, that's all my dad watched. Yeah. I'm sure it was the same thing in your house, right? You watch old
I
Westerns.
grew up with Bonanza, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
Does it bring up your value? I'm sorry, real quick. Your value as an actor these days to have horseback riding on your resume? I would imagine, because the reason why I'm saying is I know a comedian who's a big guy, and I said you need to learn how to ride horses because when you audition, you look like, you know, he's a big guy, looks like Haas, you know.
Right.
You'll immediately get the part. He's like, I don't want to. I
play horseshoes. That's about as far as
he's
I'll
good.
Yeah. When they introduce you, when you ride at these events, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to picture, I looked on YouTube, how they would introduce you. Because I'm thinking, are you a baseball fan?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking, there's a few names in baseball that I loved when they announced them. I don't know if you remember this guy from Montreal Expos. I don't remember his number. The catcher today, number 32, Jean Bach Abella, right?
Yes.
I could see playing shortstop today, number 12, Oba Babatunde.
There you go, baby.
Your name just flows, you know?
Well, you know what? What's so cool about it, man, is that when they introduce me, yes, they do. They say, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him on this and that. And they talk about all the different shows. And they say, but here he is, our Grand Marshal for today. It's Oba Babatunde. And I come out riding on my horse.
Wow.
And I got my signatures. What I do is I take and I put the reins in my teeth. And I hold my hands out, stretch them out. And I ride around that arena flying on that horse. You saw a picture of that. That's my horse, Dakota.
Yes.
I go flying around the arena with the reins in my teeth, waving at the fans in the audience, man. And I just rein the horse with my teeth the whole time. And they love that. And then I'll stop him, boom, back him up, spin him around, take my hat off, tip it to the audience, and bam, boom, we're gone again.
Nice. Here's what you're going to do for Rich and I. The next time we do a comedy show, we want to come out on a horse.
Okay.
All right, so you teach us how to ride the horse, and Rich Walker, right? My name's
it doesn't really.
No,
it has no pizzazz. Rich Walker.
Rich Walker.
You know.
No, Rich, watch. You gotta put some love into it. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Rich Walker.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I can become famous. That's what I was missing.
That's what you're missing. I watched Goliath, love the show.
Yeah.
But because of time constraints, I want to talk about the show that I haven't watched yet, but I saw an interview with you and I'm going to catch it. Dear White People. You're very proud of this show.
Yes, Dear White People. It's an interesting show, and people got to identify when they watch it. It's the fourth season. Watch it and understand what it is, because people say, well, is it a comedy? What are they trying to say here? Well, what it is, it's about what happens. Dear White People was a radio show initially. Okay. And it was when you go to college, you know, they have these radio shows that were done in school. So what it was like today, Raheem was sitting on the campus wall while eating his lunch, and then he ended up face down for being arrested. Well, the girl that was identified as being the militant, right, is also biracial. And it's about what happens when you go to college with a perception of who you think somebody is based on where you were raised, but then you start to come into this melting pot of identifying the way people deal with each other through love, relationships, through school, and all of this thing. So it's a very, very powerful, powerful show. So please, if you haven't seen it, tune it in. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
You know, streaming on Netflix, right? It's on Netflix.
Yes, sir. Streaming on Netflix. Yes.
Awesome. And now, what character do you play on the show?
That's a great question. I am the dean of the school. And so this was an Ivy League college that had never had a black dean. So I'm the first black dean of the institution. And if you go back to the first series, you know, from season 1 all the way to season 4, you'll see how that has its own way of evolving and showing why I was a guy that maybe was one who believed, listen, this is the only way you're going to get through this. You got to do it like this. This is the way it's going to be done, because there was a mindset. But then my son, who is the first black student president of the school, gets caught up in a situation, and it becomes more than a dean, and it becomes a father and son issue. And then we see what happens with that. So it's very, very interesting to watch the way it evolves.
I'm look forward to watching it.
Fantastic.
I look forward to watching it. 2 quick questions. Favorite actor you've ever worked with, and why?
Okay, tough question, because I've had, as you may have seen, in 49 years, I've had an opportunity to work with some great actors. You know what I mean? One, I'll tell you one, and it's just because it's popping top in my head. Robert Duvall was a great guy to work with. When I did the movie was Denzel Washington and Ray Liotta and a whole bunch of other great guys. We did a great movie, and but Duvall and I used to go every day, because I played the head of the SWAT in that movie, right? And
what was the movie?
And the name of the film is, come on, you got to pull it up right there, because I got too many in my head right now. They're talking to me while we're talking.
What kind of technical savvy you think we have here?
No, wait. But anyway, let me just tell you this quick story, because I know we're short on time, and then it'll come to me.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
So the story, Robert Duvall.
Right.
You went
Robert Duvall. So what happened was, I'm the head of the SWAT team, and he plays a police guy. Right? He's a detective. And every day we shot the movie in Canada, and Robert loved Chinese food. So they had this great Chinese restaurant in Toronto. So every day he would go, hey, yo, but listen, you want to go get some Chinese food? So we would go, and I would be in the SWAT outfit, and he would be in his suit and tie. And I'd walk in the place, and I would look around, like, and I'd call the person over, and I'd say, hey, I want that table right there, Mr. Duvall. And so they thought it was his private security, right? So he loved Peking duck, right? So now I'm going to tell you this, because when you watch the movie, you're going to understand why this happens. So one day, Ray Liotta says, hey, listen, I want to go with you guys. So Duvall goes, should we take him? So I said, come on. So we all go, the 3 of us, we go to this restaurant, right? He orders his Peking duck. Ray is appalled. Oh my God, you're going to eat that thing? It's got the head on it, right? So he goes, you don't like Peking duck? Oh, but this guy don't like Peking duck. When you watch the movie, there's a scene toward the end with him and Ray Liotta. And Ray says, listen, you better get this thing together. I don't want any more problems. Something to that nature. And Duvall goes, yeah, Peking duck. For no reason. Wow. It came from that experience when we went to the restaurant.
The movie was John
Q. Thank you.
John Q. Oh, but we really, really appreciate you coming on. I hope we can get you back on another time, because we could talk to you all night. Really, I just feel like we're 2 buddies here talking, you know.
3.
Yeah. 3 buddies here talking.
I gotta say one thing. You have the it factor.
Yes.
You scream on the screen with likability and talent, and it really, I'm not just saying that. You know,
Thank you.
so you get certain people sitting, you know, where you are, and you're like, oh my God, anything, say anything. But you're
Thank
so
you.
great. Just
Thank you for
fantastic.
taking the time to come on Laughter Saves Lives Live. We
Thank
really
you, guys. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, man. We need you. We need you. We need you.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
And we'll see you on TV. You
SWAT
got it.
this
See ya.
Friday, 8 p.m. on CBS. Oba Baba Batumbe. We'll be back right after this break.
"9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free health care, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barish and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from Ground Zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
About the delay. Hey, we're back. Danny's Chinese Kitchen just delivered the food that we taste on the air.
I mean, anybody else could wait till after the
It was
show,
supposed
but
to be here 1:45, and they were running a little late. So maybe Richie can taste something while we're talking here. So we're waiting for our next guest to come in, Darcy Donovan. She is not in yet. So we're going to wait a few seconds. Then we'll bring Bob DeBono on. We got one of the top comics around. Now, I don't say this about any comic. And Rich knows this.
he's never once said it about me.
Never
ever.
once said Rich was even good on
Right.
stage. You know, because Richie is a solid act. Bob is the kind of comic that you have the potential to see next year doing some really big stuff. Am I right?
Right.
Like we'll be raking the leaves in the front of the house, and we'll turn on the TV, and there's going to be Bob DeBono. So
Like when you guys asked me to do Laughter Saves Live show.
we haven't asked you to do any.
Yo, you did. You asked me to
did?
co-host.
That was a
this.
mistake.
Well, I knew I hit rock bottom
Well,
at that point.
look,
No.
Danny sent over here. It was just beef and string meat. So I'm going to taste that at one point.
Let me see. I actually had
So do we have our next guest in there? Do we have Darcy Donovan in there? In the
she's
waiting
in? Let me see.
All right. So let's bring out
Uh-huh.
Darcy. You can bring her in. She's an author.
I'm from that right.
Oh, no, you can't go. You can't go across the table with stuff. It's COVID. You can't just reach across. So Darcy, her intro. There was a film, television action. Where did we get applause from? When did we start getting applause in the show?
I can't hear.
We're
having a little typical. I know I can't hear.
She can't
Or
hear.
they can't hear me.
Nope, you turned your mic off there.
can't
Come
hear
on,
me.
Darcy.
Hold on.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
I hear you. Do you hear
What's
us?
going on
We
here?
hear you. We hear you.
What is this? Oh, they hear me?
We hear
But I
you.
can't
Yes.
hear them.
Yes. You
I can't hear you. Hold on.
Unless you
I
come
can't hear you.
go in and go out again. What do you think, guys? Should we?
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to. We're having a little technical difficulty here.
All right. So how about we put her back in the waiting room and bring Bob out?
Oh, lovely.
Let's do that. Let's go by the seat of our pants here. That's all right. We're gonna bring Bob out in a second. How was the Danny's?
Delicious.
Are you a Chinese food guy?
You know what's weird? In the winter, we are. When it gets cold, we go for Chinese.
The leg rolls.
In the summer, we fall off though. But yes, I love it. What's your big meal? Do you get combination platter with the egg roll?
I'm going more sushi these days, more Japanese, but pork, I like the broccoli and pork with a little rice.
Pork lo mein.
I'm trying to stay away from more of the brown stuff. You know, the brown.
Yeah.
But
he just sent over
some
beef
good
and
stuff.
string beans. It's delicious. Yes.
All right. Well, Bob is being mic'd, and we're trying to get Darcy back in.
Yeah.
Putting up the Christmas lights. You know how I put up the Christmas lights, Rich?
No.
Very ADD. I put up I got 2 sleighs. Those sleighs that light up. Put them on the other day. Let's need Bob. Bob, can you just gotta clean off this chair.
Yeah.
This is not one of those, the good shows.
Do it yourself.
We are moving in our big guest.
We're moving in a big guest, and until then, Bob's going to sit down.
Okay.
Wow. Is that Darcy?
It's Bob.
Sit,
Bob, sit.
Sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, sit. So, Darcy, we are so excited to have you on.
Yay. I'm so excited to be on.
I looked at your website. I looked at all that you do. And why do you think it's not the obvious reasons? Why do you think we're excited to have you on?
I don't know. Because
you're so talented. You're Bob, you come in the picture. Right. You might be able to add to this interview. So tell us.
Funny comedian Bob DeBono. See, we'll let them know.
Can I start? And this maybe is not where most people start with your interview, but I'm so curious because did you see me talking before about investing? I got it in right. So
yes.
2 weeks ago, I bought my first what do you call it? Cryptocurrency. Is Bitcoin crypto?
Yes.
That's right. So I bought $15. I dipped my toe in the water, Darcy.
You dipped your toe. Well, that's good. Just dip your toe. Don't put the whole foot in yet. You got to get kind of.
But you are big into this, right?
I'm what? I'm sorry.
You are into crypto big time, no?
Oh yeah, they nicknamed me the Crypto Queen. So
I saw that. Why? Can you tell me why? What am I missing?
What are you missing? Well, the main thing is that when I'm talking to people, I give them more of in business like an analogy, so they kind of understand.
Yes.
A little more. There's a lot of technical terms that people don't understand. If you want to really know about crypto and get really familiar with it, I would say if you all have Netflix, there's a show called Startup that you should watch. And I think if you watch it, then you kind of get a little more understanding. So,
am I silly to buy more Bitcoin down the road here?
Well, I'm right now the CMO of eCoin Finance. So if you're going to really get into anything, I mean, there's several awesome things. All right, get a pen and paper, everybody, write these down. Now, I will say, as my stipulation, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay,
yes.
We got that.
Yes.
But I've got to say, eCoin Finance, it's definitely great. For the people out there that know about crypto, it's got a utility. There's a lot of big, huge things that are coming with eCoin right now. So they have a wallet. They're their own wallet, which people in crypto understand. But eCoin Finance, and they also have a debit card. So that's something that needs it has a little more substance in terms of what you're getting. But
thank you. That's as much as I can handle on the
Okay, wait, real quick.
That was good.
Okay, that was good. Well, let me just give my analogy real quick, and you'll understand. Do you all go to Vegas?
No, Bob.
I
Vegas.
do, yeah.
But
who's the guy that goes to Vegas then?
Bob.
I do.
Bob, you go? Okay, well, when you go, like, how much do you take? Like, hey, this is my gambling money, and if I make some money, I do. If I don't, whatever.
Oh, I don't gamble. I just go to the strip club.
for the sake of the
Well, I mean, I guess, you know, okay, well, we'll go with the strip club. Hold on.
no. If I gamble, I would only take a set amount, like let's say $100.
Okay, so
No
that's
more
great.
than
Okay, all right. So if you're going to, you know, Vegas, then you would basically say, okay, here's Bob's like going, I got $100. That's it. So you take that, you put it in an envelope, you gamble. So you could 3 times, you could come back with $3,000 off $100. You could come back with nothing.
Right.
So what I try to tell people with any kind of investment, you put it in and you sit on it. And what they call like people that like kind of hold on to their money, they call them diamond hands. And the people that kind of just like get it and then, you know, flip it, they're just, they call them paper hands. Well, I'm a diamond hand holder. So what I suggest people to do is think of it as in the terms of Vegas. When you go, hey, this is the money that, gosh, if I make 3, 4, 5 grand, if you know, you could even hit, there's people that have hit the lottery, you know, Vegas, just, you know, a couple $100. I mean, I have friends that have gone in and made 30 grand, you know, just, you know, with like $50. So you just never know what you're going to get. So
Be my friends anymore if they did that.
well, maybe they'll split it with you. But that's the thing is, if you know, it's actually a true story. There's a guy, he invested $8,000 and into a cryptocurrency, and he is now worth $5.4 billion.
That's me.
See, there you go. So listen, just real quick, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the tips. Think if you all were like getting into Google right now, you know, John, Rich, all you, Bob, come on now. This is good. What I'm giving you, eCoin Finance, write it down. SafeMoon, Flavors, BSC, and XMooney. Those are the ones that if you're going to, you know, if you're going to sit, I'm in it, and I put money in it. I put my mother's money in it. She was like, my mom doesn't know anything about this stuff. So she's like, I was like, Mom, let me tell you, this is what you should do. And she goes, I don't know. I'm just going to give you the money. She goes, I don't know what I'm doing. You just take the money.
She trusts you. That's why.
We should put our kids' college funds into this.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Right?
But I'm going to tell you, if you're going to do it, everybody watching, move on it now. There are big things happening. You want to get in now. And I mean, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Right. I'm just saying. I know some things.
Bob has a great question. I have a question.
Bob has a question.
I know nothing about that, what you're speaking of, but it's interesting.
Okay.
What about the person who just invests in the stock market, mutual funds, ETFs? What do you say to that person?
Good luck.
So you'd rather invest in the crypto than the market?
Yeah, I'm actually more, because right now the reason why crypto is new, it's hot. It's kind of like if you had you know, just gone into Google or Amazon, and it's safe. It is safe to get into that. It's not like, you know, when you get into these other different markets, you know, even real estate, if you want to do an investment for your portfolio or whatever you want to do, stock market or anything, it's very risky. So yeah, the stakes are high. You can make a lot, but it's risky. You could lose everything. To which then
I don't want to rush you, but because you came on late, we'll have you on again. What was the?
Oh, I am so sorry.
The other topic that you wanted to talk about, because I want you to get that in.
Okay. Absolutely. Right now I am just in a movie that, hold on, it's on Amazon. So I got the poster. I'm actually at a hotel right now, and I'm going to be giving it to one of the kids, but it's called Secret Angel Dingledorf. And it's Sexy Dog Squad. So
that's you on the poster?
No, I wish. I'd be 12 years old. I'd be 12 years old if I was on the front of the poster. But I play Paul Johansson. I play Paul right here. I play his love interest.
Okay.
My name's Anna. So it's a really good movie. I mean, it's a feel-good movie, y'all. So y'all like it.
All right.
We're gonna watch it.
And if you could, Darcy. Hi, I'm Butch. If you could tell us about your book, also.
Oh yeah. Here's my book right here. Darcy's Daily Dose of Inspiration. 365 days of inspiration. So, I did write it because I had a lot of fans that were going through depression and suicide too. So that's the reason why I wrote the book. So
where can we find the book, Darcy?
Anywhere, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, you name it, it's there.
All right, we're going to have to let you go, and I really apologize.
Yeah.
We got Bob coming on, but I think we got your topics in. Please come on again, okay?
Great job.
Yes, thank you, loves. You guys are awesome. Love you so much, and I hope you guys have a happy holiday. Okay.
You too, Darcy. Love
Merry
you personally.
Christmas.
All right, be well. We
All right, you too.
we go to quick commercial, Bob.
Right,
All right,
we'll be
bring
back
with Bob the Bone.
after these messages.
I said quick commercial. No, I can say commercial. Like commercial.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of a choking accident.
Interesting if we just heard his
We're
voice.
back.
Right.
We had the string bean
How
and
about you
beef.
saw Like nothing, the fence? heard nothing.
We're on here. We have the string bean and beef. Very good. Danny's
Bob, move
Chinese
over more.
Kitchen.
All
Bob
right,
is
let
here.
me
Bob
get
the
in.
Bono's here. Hey, Bob.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for
I'm
having
probably
me.
running a little late. I apologize.
No.
You know what? You're one of the funniest guys in the business. I love when you're on my shows.
All right.
It's like, oh, the headline is going up. I'm going to look good. It's Bob the Bono tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really nice of you.
I really mean it because
It's
sometimes
inappropriate. that you say that.
he's trying to balance this out.
Oh,
All
out.
right, let's see which way.
Well, let
which
me.
way?
Oh, I see.
That's it.
There
All right.
we go.
Let me unbutton my pants.
It looked like
I
we
mean-
were on the Titanic, all slid
my-
to one side.
It's my stomach. I just ate. My stomach.
Bob, what's going on? Very funny. You know, on these shows they take like, let me lead them into a bit. Bob
know.
doesn't need that.
Oh, I
You
don't. No, I don't. I don't need anything.
You don't need anything because
He's
you
just so multifaceted.
he
Like,
really is.
You guys are laying on the charm. For you viewing out there, this is all a lot of charm, really. It's tremendous.
Really?
charm.
We
Too
don't
much
talk
charm.
after it's
Too
off
much
there. We
charm.
don't talk. Bob
We're like
wants out.
Johnny Carson and
Well,
Ed McMahon.
it
We
is.
don't talk off
Did they not
stage.
talk? Did they not
Well,
talk?
they weren't close.
They probably hated each other.
Yeah.
Really? So what are you up to? What's
Well,
going on?
I
Cold?
got back from the holidays.
Yeah.
I saw I haven't seen family. A lot of people haven't seen their families in 2 years.
How did that go?
Not well, and not
All right.
good. I haven't. My sister, I hadn't seen her in like 2 years. I hadn't seen my niece. I have a niece, Calla. Haven't seen in 3 years.
How old is she?
Now, is this because of the whole Trump?
No,
discussion?
she's
I'm
13. And 3 Christmases ago, I was joking and I said, "You want to know a secret?" She said, "Yeah, what?" And my sister was in the kitchen. I
Right.
said, "I'm your real father."
Holy.
And I guess she's all screwed up, therapy. And I was like, it was a joke, but now she's mad. Everyone's mad at me
I mean,
because I said, "Oh, I'm your real dad," and then your real dad is angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
You can't-
earth-shattering.
You can't say that. I should never say. I was kidding. I'm a comedian. She didn't get it. She was 12.
Right.
And now
Oh.
she's 15 and she's
He's
going
in
through a lot.
therapy and
It's all
everything.
hitting her now. She's
Oh.
in therapy. She's in class, in school. She's acting up.
Don't worry.
She looks
just-
like you. She thinks she looks
It's
like you.
really, yeah.
I don't
she's
want you to-
calling me Papa.
Yeah, don't worry, because
Poppy.
one
Call
day
me
she'll
Poppy.
come back to you,
I hope so.
and
just do this.
you'll work through
Don't
it.
come
I hope
over
so.
my house.
I hope so. And
No, come on.
I'm just going to eat
she
some
calls me
more.
Poppy,
Poppy.
which is a normal You're Italian.
I am.
Isn't Poppy like a typical Italian?
It's somebody's
nickname?
father.
Poppy.
Yeah, it's-
Your grandfather would call Poppy.
Yeah.
Right?
You
That's-
could. Yes.
Are we all You're Italian? Walker. What's that?
Walker.
Angry Jew? What is Walker?
He's a.
My mother was
Something
like
about-
they don't
Romanian
care.
Jew. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't
My
care.
father was German.
All right, so
Catholic.
you're a mix.
You're
You
enjoying the
Yeah.
string bean and beef.
So
there.
what do you call like your Poppy Italian grandfather's Poppy? What would yours be called?
Biba,
Bebop?
Yeah, something like that.
Beatbox?
That's a toy.
Bebop.
Bebop.
All right. Bebop. And your grandfather, you called him?
I called him Grandpa.
Grandpa.
He's Italian, thick Italian accent
All
with the boat.
And then Grandpa. What about your grandmother? Would you call her nickname?
Grandpa. She had to be his.
We have nicknames. We have.
What did you?
We called my grandmother Grams because she was a coke dealer. So we have different things. So we
Yes.
I don't.
And it fits. It fits.
Well, she got me through college. That's all I can say.
Good.
That's nice.
Yes. Yes.
Without that, I wouldn't have been up night studying.
Yeah.
So I got nothing going on. I did look, our comedians were trying to get back on track. We've been off for 2 years. COVID hit. We were a wreck. I was nervous. I haven't gotten COVID. Have you gotten anything?
I have not.
Okay.
Knock on.
I
oh my
tested
God.
positive.
You did.
3 weeks ago.
Did you get vaccinated?
No.
A half hour ago.
It wasn't COVID. It was syphilis. I'm fine.
Thank God.
I'm
Thank
okay.
God.
Second time this month.
I'll hold the high five.
Second time this month for syphilis. But no, never COVID at all.
Right.
Nothing. And I was doing a lot of events. I do a lot of private events, doing like Donald Trump around the country.
Yeah,
I see that.
Georgia Boat Parade.
Yeah.
Videos where rappers.
Tell them the big one. You did a real big one.
What
with Trump. An event.
Well, I just did like the Idaho Republican Convention with Janice McGeehan, the lieutenant governor.
Because they couldn't get him.
I did
right?
Coachella for 80,000
There you go,
people, the music
Coachella.
festival. I did a
Wow.
rap video with YG that went viral, like over 3
I don't mean to
million
brag,
views.
but I did. Richie and I did driveway comedy at my house.
We did.
People drove into
I
my
would have done
driveway.
that. I would have totally done
Driveway,
that.
and we did jokes, right?
They,
We had to
they
go.
like the joke they mock, right?
It was like a drive-through.
Here's Rich Walker
I have
in
a
his
question,
Chevy.
Bob.
Yes.
Now, like, let's say you have these
Who's that?
Republican things, and they wanted Trump, and he's like
Right.
250,000 to make a speech.
Oh, yeah.
Are you half price?
I
do you
am $250.
That's
Well,
No
just
matter
you should
where it
aim
is.
a little higher because, like,
I have a low self-esteem. I'm a very good negotiator, believe it or not. I'm a
Really?
sales guy for a Clear
Mhm.
Channel. So this lady calls me one day and she goes, "What do you want for a private event?" So shoot high. I say $17,000.
Why not?
She goes,
That's
no
all.
effing. She swore at me.
Right.
She swore at me. She goes, "No effing way."
All right. 5
Ugh. So I go, fine. So I go $300.
No, you didn't.
And no, we didn't. That wasn't the final number.
Oh.
I'm joking. So we settled
thank
at
God.
$85. We went
Wow,
back and
you're
forth. $85.
horrible
John,
negotiator.
she fed me. I
You're
get a
not
meal.
Oh, wait.
I get a meal.
She
fine.
fed us.
They said I could stay in their house. They have an extra room. I could
Okay,
stay over in
okay.
their house. They live in they have like a bed and breakfast.
That wasn't the
I would-
final number.
I got no. You don't know anything about my negotiation. You don't know anything about me. Because I love how I come on here and he's arrogant. He doesn't know how I negotiate. Clear Channel. I
Nor
worked
does
at
he want
4
to
years,
hear
Sales
how
rep,
you negotiate.
sold billboards. He doesn't get it.
So tell us. So how do you, what's a big
Can I
negotiation?
just tell you another thing?
Yes.
This is true. So now none of us are making money. I mean, during COVID, it was
Right.
hard. We're all
Right,
struggling,
right.
right? So people are out there having a hard time trying to make a buck any which way they can. So this lady calls me. She goes, "I want to hire you, a comedian. What do you charge?" Again, shoot high, right?
What did you?
I go. So I'm like, "Where is it?" She's like, "In Connecticut, Westport." I go,
Yes,
money.
yes,
Nice local.
yeah.
Westport, money.
Money.
You hear the word
Yes.
Westport? Give me
You always
money.
ask the town.
So I
You have
said,
to know
like,
the town.
$5 grand on
Okay.
a Saturday night.
Okay.
And there's silence. She goes, no, you don't understand. She goes, it's a fundraiser.
I always
I
say
hate that. It's like their little way to try to guilt you
Right.
and make you feel like, oh no, you're helping us because we're raising funds.
Right.
So I was a little snarky, and I go, well, I'm also raising funds over here
Sure.
to pay my mortgage.
Right.
So that's my fundraiser. So then she doubles down and she goes, the ultimate guilt. She goes, I know, I'm sure you are. It's tough for everyone, but this is a fundraiser for someone with cancer.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me.
So I said,
Yeah.
what stage?
Right.
Silence for like 5 minutes on
Yes.
the phone. And then I just heard her
Right.
slowly hang up. I don't even know what happened.
What?
Never spoke
Let
to
me
her
tell you
again.
something. I once had a woman on the phone.
I was willing.
She goes, you want to
What
do it?
stage?
It's for
5?
charity.
You're 5? You're
No,
stage
I-
5, I'm helping you. Stage 2, you might live.
Yeah, right.
He's
you have
bringing
a
up some
shot.
good points.
You have to see how far along.
I'm
Make
sick of
sure.
getting taken advantage of.
Yes.
We all are. We get taken advantage of a lot.
Right.
Comics are like clowns. We always. Here's one. My
I
friend.
didn't even feed him.
My
Guys,
friend,
Guys, I am so sorry to bother you, and I would love Bob to tell us his next story, but it
We
is
just got started, Butch.
it is time. I understand, but it's
Oh.
time.
Butch.
Oh, he's got another show.
All right.
Where's he? Butch, where are you? I haven't seen you.
I'm in Jersey.
Front room.
Oh, you're in the front room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
no,
you
I'm
when
in
I came
Jersey.
in.
I'm in Jersey.
All right, Butch. You're putting a wet blanket on this whole operation.
But Bobby's going to start spinning around in a second.
I'll be
You,
back.
you know me to
All
say
right.
when next time you come
I'll
back,
be
we're not
back.
going to have
People
all these big
I'll
celebrities.
come back.
before
No,
you.
I
I'll come
want
back
Bob.
tomorrow.
We're going to get right to Bob.
Yeah, we're
I'll
not
come
going to
back
have
late
we
tomorrow.
don't want anybody famous.
You're
We're
going to
gonna get
co-host.
right to you.
Will you come back
I'll
and
come
co-host?
whenever you want.
And you'll be fed
You
Yeah.
need to feed me.
$75.
I'm not eating that shit.
$75.
What? Get
Order the food. I have to
$75.
wait 3 hours for them to deliver it. Forget
All right, guys, we got to go. Sorry, Bob.
Thank you, Over Bobby Tunde. Thank you, Darcy Donovan.
Hey, listen, follow me on Instagram, Bob_DeBono. Just type in Bob DeBono.
Good night, everybody. Thank you
Good
so
night.
much.
Thank you.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.